Yo, yo, what up, everybody? I'm Jay the Kid. That's Broke Boy Bray.
Yo, yo.
Once again, this week we got one of our new members of the pod. We got our boy Von the Don.
The dog.
It's another episode of Four Ropes Full Podcast. And today we got a special guest today. We got somebody joining us that just we I say our first interview with him and everything gave us a full detail about exactly who he was. A very gritty, very bully wrestling type of guy. So if you know exactly off of that expression, you know exactly who we got today. We got our guy, Anthony Duce Harlem.
Big Deuce back in the building.
Yes, so pretty much we just gonna go over a little small recap and then we gonna ask a little bit of wrestling questions and get some insight on what you got planned for 2026.
Cool.
All right, bet. Bray, we was talking about it earlier, like as we was getting setting up and everything.
The 42 rumors. Okay, so my little insiders have informed that now that Drew McIntyre is the champion, the big rumored match for Mania that is scrapped now is Cody versus Roman 3, just due to possible fatigue from the fandom. And they are thinking of booking one of two matches for the men's, and then we possibly have a women's match headlining one of the nights of WrestleMania, so that's going to be huge. So, rumor has it standing that it's either going to be Cody and Drew again for the title at Mania, or Cody, Drew McIntyre, and Jacob Fatu for the title. And then it is rumored that possibly we are going to see Io and Rhea go at each other at one of the nights and possibly headline that night as well. So that's pretty fucking huge.
And you know what? To be honest, I'm not excited about any of it.
And Jesse was kind of giving out the same expression, honestly.
And it's just like, it's not that I hate it, but it's just the fact of it's so much other shit that could be given that's not. Mm-hmm. Because we could be talking about building a brand new wrestler up. We should be talking about the Trick Williams. We should be talking about the Javon Evans. We should be putting them in these conversations when we talking about WrestleMania made moments. Because if you can put some of your young stars on the top stage and everything to see how they do early on, you ain't got to have them fighting through the mid card and everything in like little moments and spots and shit like that for WrestleMania. I don't need to see them as fillers for anything or a squash match for anything. Obafemi being in the main event against Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes does not sound like it'd be stupid. No. Because Obafemi, big motherfucker. Roman Reigns, big motherfucker. Right. Cody Rhodes, underdog. Yep. It's the same shit y'all be trying to produce time after time after time, but the only difference is it's somebody young. Mm-hmm. That's all I think about. Is if you saying the youth is here now, put them on the main stage now. Yeah. You got them in NXT for like 2-3 years. Like you gotta put some people up there and everything. No disrespect to what they doing now.
No, I definitely agree with that sentiment, especially with the way they had Obafemi leave NXT. Like, I feel like when you do something like that and he just relinquishes the title rather than loses it, you have to immediately put him as somebody who's a dominant force and showing that, yeah, I didn't lose his title, so I should automatically continue in main event possibly or in the upper echelon, because that should be recognized. And I feel like that's one thing that we see kind of a disconnect going from like NXT to the main roster is it don't seem like the accolades they get in NXT are really kind of shown in the main roster. And I feel like that needs to be discussed more. Like Carmelo Hayes, one of the longest NXT champions. Why is that not discussed more of him being a champion?
It just seems like we lost him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree with you. Vaughn, what you think?
Honestly, I feel like wrestling right now, they should take over because like right now the NXT guys is getting the main fans involved. Like
WWE has lost me for I don't know, it's lost me for a while now. I'm just bored. I'm bored, so I've been just going back watching the the Vault on Netflix. The Attitude Era.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And I mean, I've been
because I
kind of
ain't gonna lie.
splitting that sentiment on the pod for about the last year or so. Like, I don't want to say WWE has necessarily turned me towards AEW more, but as an overall product, I will say over the last year, comparing the two, I enjoyed AEW a lot more than I ever did enjoy what I was seeing happening with WWE. And that's just me
Man,
personally.
even TNA.
So what was we? What was we just at?
Just
Where we
kind
went
of
off?
like not really feeling the same feeling of WWE's giving us like a really good product right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
no, I
understand this.
agree.
I don't see how.
No, no lie. I feel like
No, go ahead, bro. Go ahead. My bad.
now I'm about to say I say nah. The booking is just trash.
Yeah, there's just nothing there that's keeping my interest right now.
I ain't gonna lie to you. This the first time I'm gonna mention it, and that's,
Man,
bro. You the main guy for AEW. So like, pretty much, you give a good recap. But even though it was a pre-tape, so everybody already gave us a week in advance that Hangman Adam Page was gonna be trios champion with Mike Bailey and what's the other dude?
Kevin Knight.
Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. You took the belt off for them pretty well. I ain't gonna lie to you. Powerhouse Hobbs eating a pin. Like, we all knew that was gonna happen. But the way that it looked like a surprise pin, like, why the fuck couldn't y'all just beat the nigga down? I ain't gonna lie to you. Letting him get out the easiest way, you just rolled the nigga up. That's
I think they were more going for the unexpected, and that's kind of why they went for the roll up approach. They were trying to, and I think it was more necessarily of we just got to get the title off of him because he's leaving the company at this point. Like there was really no setup, and I'm kind of even curious on how they're gonna
mhm.
explain that since he's been such a huge prominent part of like this whole Hangman versus Samoa Joe arc with the ops and everything. I'll be curious to see how they kind of address that when he's just not around.
yeah. I just lost on me on purpose. I was just trying to see how it pop back in. But I just don't understand where the payoff will lead to with doing Roman, Cody, or like goddamn Drew and Jacob. That's cool and all. That's cool moments in WrestleMania, but the main event, I don't see either of them two paying off story wise line leading into whatever the fuck comes next.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, somebody
And
got
what
to
we do?
be. No, go ahead. My bad. Go ahead. Go for it.
No, I'm just saying. And also, what we doing with Randy Orton? Man, give that man something,
You know what, dudes? Let's talk about that for a minute, man. Randy has been back for 3 fucking years, and he
right?
has not done anything of substance since coming back.
Mhm.
And I know they're just trying to play it safe because obviously his finisher involves him landing on his back, and that's a very sensitive spot for him to land. But at the same time, if you
Mm-hmm.
guys were going to be that safe with him, why bring him back?
Yeah,
You
but
guys
he's
have
still
been
doing it to
teasing this
everybody
whole
right
Cody
now. So
Rhodes versus Randy Orton thing for fucking years, and they refuse to pull the trigger on it when that is a story that fans want.
I've been waiting for it. I've been waiting.
Legacy.
I've been waiting for Randy to freaking turn on him,
Literally, I'm
I ain't
like,
gonna
bro, when
lie.
the fuck is Randy gonna finally just snap?
right?
But for what? I mean, here's the thing though. If Cody if Cody and Randy Orton go against each other and everything, what's the payoff for that?
Cody won. I mean, no, Randy won the title.
Legacy versus.
I would say
No
It's
lie.
when Cody would have had the title. It's Randy winning the gold. Randy trying to little bro Cody because it's like, yeah, I had you in Legacy back in the day. Yeah, you may be currently the champion, but that doesn't mean I still can't beat you.
But here's the thing though.
No, that
Even though Drew got the title right now, when everybody should be fucking surprised because I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought that Drew was gonna lose to Cody in 3 stages of hell. I didn't think we'd see Drew McIntyre as a WWE champion again.
So what was crazy about that is apparently they pitched for that back at SummerSlam. I mean WrestlePalooza. They pitched that all the way back at WrestlePalooza for Drew to win the title, but I guess Triple H was like, no, we need Cody to have the belt. And both Cody and Drew were saying these statements. It's not like it was just Drew being like, I should get the title. It was like Cody was like, no, the title needs to be off me. Which I feel like if that was the case, he should have never won it at.
Yes,
SummerSlam.
yeah. And speaking of WrestlePalooza, I'm gonna change. Speaking of Wrestle, speaking of WrestlePalooza, I'm gonna change to John Cena for a second. What did you guys think of that match?
At WrestlePalooza.
I don't like talking
Hmm.
about that match. I don't like
I'm not
talking
gonna
about that
lie.
match.
John
I'm not
Cena
gonna lie. I
receiving
had
belt
family members that
pass.
went to WrestlePalooza. That was the worst event, and I felt like, okay, why am I give Cena a squash match with Brock? I mean, y'all could at least put it made it entertaining. Like, I mean, like,
Well, I literally watched that match, and I literally just like I was left dazed and confused, as I was like, "What the fuck?"
and then you give him a squash match right after he lose the title. Like, what?
Yeah, like I
It
don't know,
made me look
man. This is why,
extremely
like, I don't
weird.
know, man. I'm just, and to be honest, like that whole Cena run was a little was a little weird anyway. You know what I mean?
It was.
And
It
you
felt
know, I
rushed.
don't mean to throw Saw into the room, but what's more fucked up is Cena wanted to do more dates on that tour, but TKO was like, "No, you're only gonna do the 32 shows." When it's like that makes no sense. If he was willing to work the more dates, why not let him? Because you could have then justified a lot of these storylines happening and given us more reason to why these feuds are happening, rather than we just got to kind of throw people at him right now because we only have so many dates and we have to have these people
Yeah,
do solo builds
right.
because
And
he's
and
out filming movies and shit. He can't be here to build on this feud that's gonna happen in 2 weeks' time. Like, so I agree with you. Like
and
the
it- and
whole run was kind of just really bad.
and to be honest, The Rock should have just stayed away out of it.
Yeah, with no point in having him in that shit
Him
at
and
all.
Travis Scott, there
Like,
was
you know what I
really
mean?
no
Like,
point. There was no payoff. There was no point. That was purely just to. It was purely just to get people excited from just all sources, even if you weren't wrestling fans. They were just trying to get
hmm
as many eyes on the product. They didn't care if you were wrestling fan. That's why they had Travis Scott in there.
And
Travis
yeah.
you know what's
Scott
crazy?
took the ugliest crossroads we've seen. We've had we've had gimmick independent wrestlers used as security take a crossroad cleaner than somebody that should have been practicing how to do a
Which we
simple
was practicing.
turn of your goddamn body and
Listen,
was
he
talking
took
all this
he
shit.
he took that bad like Vince McMahon used to take the stunner.
No, literally just falling with the move.
Yeah, yeah.
Shit make me sick. But
Hey,
it's
y'all heard the news? For
about
WWE
what?
2K26, CM Punk is the showcase star. It's gonna be
Yeah,
Oh
focusing
I saw the
around
shit.
him.
information coming out yesterday. Yeah,
Hey, what you guys thoughts about that?
What
What the
moments of CM Punk are we getting?
because yeah, I was gonna say because like they're not gonna put Alberto Del Rio in the game. We know that, so you can't
yeah.
do anything post Money in the Bank 2011. You have to skip all of that till like the 2012 shit.
I mean, if they go from 2007, because it was another rumor that they gonna add to the showcase mode. Like, what if he didn't leave? Like, what
Yeah, in
if his career
2014.
was a
Yeah, that's gonna be
pandemic?
like one of the three
Yeah,
modes they said.
yeah. So,
But
I
again,
mean,
like I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna let you finish. But
yeah, I
what the
mean,
fuck is
like,
that game? Like, like you get me? Like, what's the point of putting that shit in a video game? We do not know what the fuck 2014 would have looked like for CM Punk if he stayed with the company.
I guess
Because there's a chance that nigga could have went to the mid card division. We probably would be talking about CM Punk as a tag team wrestler for the last 4 extra years of his career if he would have just said fuck it and just left after
but you,
2018. After those 4 years are
but
done, we don't really got an idea of what the fuck CM Punk would have been.
and that's kind of what I'm curious to see is like what would that game mode look like? Because are you just gonna throw him against people that like joined the company or worked with like NXT during the time that he wasn't
Like a
there?
few more times, like I get it, he could have wrestled Seth Rollins a little bit longer. Don't really care.
but
It's like we've already seen it happen in NXT. They fought against each other. They fought with each other. They had a few matches on the main roster already. Nothing
but
else
the
was gonna
thing,
make them better. Go ahead. Go
but the
ahead, Mike.
thing, but the thing was, I think they added that because not only how he left, but he was still the top dog in wrestling. So it was like, okay, now what was panned out? Okay, for what we heard, it was contract disputes and all that. But what would have happened if he would have stayed? Would he would have won more of the big gold? Would he still been a multiple time WWE champion instead of being one of the longest reigning champions? I mean, it's so many what ifs that could have tied in if he would have stayed.
He would have definitely at least held tag team gold with Seth Rollins at least once. Some sick ass way. I know Vince was gonna make it happen. I guarantee it. I
Listen, Vince.
stand by it.
Listen, Vince was Vince, but man, it was what he gave us was nice.
It was. But I feel
Right.
like it's only so much you can do now with a certain set of like personas in wrestling. Because
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be real with you. In WWE right now, it's five type of wrestlers. It's the
Hmm.
young and fresh,
Mm-hmm.
it's the up and coming, it's the old, it's the wisest, and it's the irrelevant. The
Yep.
only difference is the more relevant you stay in WWE, the more your contract gonna look good for them.
Yep.
The longer you stay in the mid card situation, even if you got all five of those personas, somehow you can always get lost in the shuffle. Let me ask you this: Batista, Shelton Benjamin, John Cena.
Hmm.
Obviously, y'all know who the all oddball out is.
Yeah.
Shelton Benjamin, right?
Mm-hmm.
When it comes
Yeah.
to John Cena,
Even though he's arguably the
Batista,
better of the two.
you can have all
Shelton
five.
Benjamin's great, man.
You can have all five of those abilities, and it's still some point where you can't get booked right in WWE.
Hmm.
They could do the same thing for Trick Williams right now.
And that's kind of my big fear. I mean, look what they did to Carmelo Hayes for a year and a half before he finally got a title shot.
We let we let Carmelo Hayes get a probably what was it, a best of seven
Yeah,
series with
with
Andrade.
Andrade, and then they immediately fucking put him
That
with the
that
Miz
got
for a
old. That
year.
got old real quick.
It, if it would have led to somebody winning some type of gold within those seven matches, it would have felt like a way bigger payoff, but it didn't.
Like they were seven
Yeah.
great matches, but you're right, they didn't lead to shit.
Exactly.
They
So
were just seven
therefore,
matches.
he was young and up and
That's
coming.
why it lost my interest because why are we doing this?
Young and up and coming versus a seasoned veteran, and nobody won. No gold.
Nope. They went against LA
Nothing.
Knight, fucking lost.
Nobody got a single title shot. Nobody even got tag team gold within that little bit of time. It was just, all right, y'all gonna have seven matches. That's it.
Beat the hell, beat the hell out of each other just to not even get nothing out of it.
Just
And
for the
yeah,
love of the
yeah.
game.
And then we
Nothing
gonna
at
have
the
y'all
end for you.
fight. We gonna have y'all fight at live events too. What are we doing here? Now I'm sitting here thinking, oh, okay, well, if Carmelo Hayes wins, he get a chance to go for the United States Championship and everything. It's a chance that he could win. And then now we're doing weekly US tournaments.
Hmm.
Now we bringing back the
Mhm.
US spinner belt of what it would look like in today's wrestling, since Carmelo said he wanted to bring it back in the first place. So if you can move a lot of shit like that and everything, now you can get your t-shirt sales, your merch. You can promote your young guy, and you can put him in situations to where after this title belt, depending on how long he hold it, he could be looked at as somebody that is probably, what would we call that? Somebody that can easily take advantage of a moment to get in a world title shot.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
So if he lined up and got a United States Championship and he held that bitch for at least 5 6 months, within those 5 to 6 months, he gonna have a bunch of matches. So
Hmm.
therefore, now you
Mhm.
can see exactly how he can handle being in the ring with certain guys, certain
Hmm.
stronger guys, somebody just as
And not like the
athletic as
one
him.
oddball matches, though. Weekly matches. So you're
Exactly.
really getting to show, like, okay, can he go for a long period of time?
Instead of just having him not use his persona the way it is.
No, exactly. Like,
He
just think about how vastly different the men's U.S. title is booked compared to, like, the women's U.S. title. Because, man, Julia would fucking benefit from doing, like, a weekly open challenge so fucking bad. And I really hope they do some shit like that with this new title reign because love her, love Chelsea Green. They didn't do shit with the titles when they had them, other than just have them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but at the same time, you seen how that audience was when when Chelsea didn't have a motherfucker. And I get it's like
You
pretty
know, but
girl
that only goes
syndrome.
so far, especially when
Exactly.
they are a standing champion. It's the same issue he has, Triple H has booking the women's world championships.
Exactly.
It's like we need to see these in more action more frequently. You can't do a match every month just at a pay per view. No, we should see a match at least every 2 weeks.
Now, Bray, you being the guy that watches a lot of Japanese wrestling.
Mhm.
Have you seen any of them wrestlers go over to Mexico and wrestle?
I don't know if there's a connection between
Well,
like
wow,
CMLL
wrestlers.
and Stardom. Obviously, Stephanie Vicaire kind of had that situation going, but like as far as I've seen, I haven't seen a lot of Joshis going over to CMLL wrestling or doing anything in Mexico.
The
Really, what you see is if there's a CMLL wrestler like Persephone, for example,
Mhm.
she's wrestled in Stardom, and now that they kind of have that connection, she signed that dual contract. I would expect to see her more in Stardom at points, possibly.
See, now the only reason why I asked that is because why couldn't Julia go over the world's end with the United States Championship? I get Chelsea Green, double champion, mixed tag champ over there in AAA, but there was no point of putting the belt on her just for her to only legit pop her shit out there. She popping that shit out there, but losing to Jade Cargill running down to the ring like a victim every time.
Worlds collide, but yeah, I know what you meant. But yeah, same diff. Yeah, I know what you mean. This there, you could have actually had Julia defending the title against one of the female luchadors out there, where it could have been a very entertaining match. I mean, that's kind of what they're doing right now with the national title. Ricochet's kind of going all over the place defending that shit. MJF just defended the world title on some like fucking indie show the
Oh
other
yeah,
night,
he
where
gave
he
the two
signed.
guys.
Yeah, he signed the two
I
kids.
seen that. That was dope as hell, by
Yeah,
the
then
way.
it was in Chicago, I think. Jack Doyle and Bandito had a match. Just a regular standard match, like for a whole indie promotion.
I ain't go. I got something to mention about indie wrestling in a little bit. It's gonna be my final thoughts. But
Mhm.
Deuce, getting into everything actually right now, a few questions for you.
So,
2025 was, if you can explain it in, well, say it in 3 words, what would you describe it as?
for myself,
Yep, for you and your wrestling career.
um, growth, confidence, and swag.
I respect that. I respect that. Why you say confidence though?
I say confidence just because I've had a lot of matches in 2025, and I've wrestled in some good matches with some good vets, and I've learned a lot. And also, I have a tag partner too, or not a tag partner, but I'm in a faction called the Family, and my partner is JP Sims, who is a well-respected name around the Maritime provinces, and I've learned a lot from him too as well, right? So
That's what's up. Okay.
Hmm.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Ray, you got something you want to ask?
Just how would you say like you're looking like how do you feel like you can grow from what you experienced in 2025 and bringing that forward in 2026 when it comes to your wrestling career and everything?
Just keep working, right? And obviously, there's obviously more experienced guys around, and take the constructive criticism from them and just apply it, right?
Yeah.
No,
It's infinite learning. You can never stop, right? So
always. There's
Yeah, so you
always
can
something
never
to
stop
learn.
improving your craft. Yeah.
For sure. No matter how
yeah,
long it
yeah.
takes.
I mean, as you guys know, like my style is more of a I'm not a top rope guy, flippy floppy guy. I'm a fighter.
Hmm.
I'm a brawler, right? So
Right. That's why I say bully beat down type of wrestling. That's a good
yeah,
heel that
and
can pull
honestly,
it off.
just coming into 2026, I literally just want to come in more aggressive and even more of an edge attitude. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's kind of doubling down on what's
Mhm.
already there.
It is. It is. It's a year coming in as I'm pissed off. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Nah,
Right.
I feel you. I
Yeah.
feel you.
Yeah.
Vine. You
as
got
you
anything
guys
you want
know,
to add?
my tag partner from 2025 turned on me,
Mm-hmm.
right? So this is where
Mm.
more of my edge is coming from because eventually I want to get back at him.
Obviously, yeah, you want to get your revenge.
He turned on
Yeah,
you
yeah.
during the championship match, didn't he?
But
What's that? It was a tag title match. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
just to make sure because I seen it online and everything when it happened, and like I sat there and I
Right.
wanted to text him like, "Ain't no way that just happened," but I was like, you know what? I want to see what he gonna post online. I want to see what his reaction gonna be online first. Like he gonna drop a video. He gonna say something on his story or something. I was like, let me wait to see his thoughts on the whole thing. His partner turning his back on him, already knowing the ability of what this man can do, having all of this potential and what he could unlock when pissed off the most is when you turn your back on him.
Mm-hmm.
2026, I knew it felt like it was gonna be a year of now everybody getting beat down. I'm not sparing nobody. I got turned on when literally I'm supposed to be the right hand man. You supposed to be my boy. You supposed to be somebody that I'm breaking through barriers with. You being already as high as you are, you turned your back on me, somebody that's really a bully. 2026, I ain't gonna lie to you, it scared me, and I'm glad I'm not out there
And
encountering.
and and it took three of them to beat me down, right?
Mm-hmm.
mm-hmm.
So and my thing always was, man. I just told I did do a little promo. It was a couple days after that, and I just said, don't get caught slipping because I will get each and every one of you,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get too comfortable.
That's what I'm saying. Don't play
right?
around. Don't turn your back on somebody that's
Right?
literally
And man, like it's that loyalty thing, man. Don't do that to me because now you just pissed me off,
exactly. I don't see why nobody want to do
right?
it,
I would say I don't know why you would want to
You
turn on
know,
Deuce in the first place.
but you know what?
you know,
Y'all gonna
um,
figure it out.
yeah, and start the new year off right. I got a big match coming up the 24th next weekend. Um,
Okay.
I got the UCW Atlantic Canadian Championship match against the kid Rudy Lockhart.
Okay.
Rudy's great. Rudy's a great wrestler. You know what I mean? Rudy's is you know what the old saying goes, respect is earned, not given, right? And he's definitely earned my respect for what he's done in a little short time, you know. But
Nah, for sure.
that's a big match for me, and I'm very excited for that. So that's to start off the new year. That's the match I have.
Definitely
Respect.
gonna have to check that
I
one
like
out.
that. Vaughn, you got anything you want to add?
I want to ask, do you have any tips for anybody that want to join the wrestling industry? Like, what is something you want to get in shape for? What are bumps you need to take?
Definitely, definitely endurance, man.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely endurance, man. I had a match a little like it was a couple months ago, and I was kind of slack. I was kind of slack on the gym,
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
and I was just like, shit. I'm blowing up here, but I'm just like, never again. Don't slack again, man.
Right.
See?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because I
nah.
be seeing some wrestlers that be big and fat, but they be in the ring lasting for a long time, and you just be sitting there questioning like, damn, what do they be doing? Like, is it? I know they be exercising, but it's like, bro.
Endurance, I would say endurance really, especially in like wrestling. I feel like endurance is like honestly like one of the most like top three important things you need to have because shit at the end of the day you're going for however long, whether it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, you still need to be able to keep up that same pace and not get gassed because once you get gassed your opponent's going to take advantage of that. Oh, you slow down your
Yeah,
pace,
Well,
okay, I'm
it's
just going to kick it into the next gear now.
for sure.
yeah, and for like me being the heel, it's always especially to have that you need that for that comeback. You know what I mean, right? So
Yeah, nah, for sure.
bumping feet, up and down, right?
Mm-hmm.
It did.
So
Okay, okay. Hmm. What's who's a wrestler this year that you think you would like to have a match with? And if you could have that match, what type of match would it be? Like what stipulation would it be under?
um There's a few. I definitely well again, I definitely want my my revenge on my
Hmm.
old tag partner. That's for sure. And I want
See,
that to be like a no holds barred match. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Nah, I definitely
Right.
want to see it in that.
Right. And I'm fighting again. I'm fighting Rudy on the 24th, which is, I mean, he's little, but man, he's just great. And like I said, it's a great opportunity to wrestle him. Right. So,
Yeah, yeah. Nah, definitely. I agree
right.
with you. Shout out to Rudy Lockhart.
Um, and I think another guy I really would like to wrestle would be Hollywood Cole.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Cole is well established too. He's a great wrestler, man. He's so I've had one in my earlier days when I was finished training one with him, but now that I'm progressed and this and that, I'd like to have another one with him.
Respect.
Okay.
Respect.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm. Bray, you got something you want to add on?
Um, trying out any new moves? Anything you experimenting with in the gym?
Um. Again, like for me, the big guy, my heat is pretty simple. Like there's, I've added the Samoan drop to my
Okay.
move set. So yeah, yeah. Usually, with me, it's body slam, suplex, you know, just squash in the corners, this and that. I do the drive by, but I do it from the inside of the ring,
Okay.
right? And obviously, as you guys know, my finishing move is the spear, right?
Hmm.
I just like to spare people in half. Right.
It's a
But yeah, I did add the Samoan drop. There's a few other things that I'm looking at too, right? I want to try like not just Samoan drop, I want to try the pop-up Samoan drop, you know what I mean? So
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh shit.
I would
yeah.
say, hey, you pull that shit out. That'll look clean. That'll
I
look crazy.
Yeah, well we just gotta make sure it looks clean, right? And we have to
Yeah, right.
make
That's
sure
a
we get
huge
it down
thing.
right, right?
nah. w- Oh snap.
Yeah.
He might try that against Rudy. I ain't gonna lie to you. I might have to
I would say he might kill Rudy with that one.
Ooh. Rudy my guy too,
Oh
man.
man.
Rudy my guy too. Shout out to Rudy, bro.
Oh, listen,
Shoot.
man. We're the great, great kid, man. Great kid.
Yeah,
Utmost
nah.
respect for him.
Mm.
Except for next weekend. No respect next weekend.
He says the respect leaves the moment the bell rings.
He said it's
Yeah,
smoke
man.
all times. I I can't lie to you. Bray, let me I'm gonna just get to my final thoughts right now because since we talking about independent wrestling, you know what I see on most of these Facebook groups about independent wrestling versus like being in a promotion,
What's
like
that?
an actual like contracted promotion, televised. It's basically they just shit on it. They shit on the simplicity of basically being an independent wrestler because you're not on TV a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing that a lot of them talk about that being like, oh, if you was an independent guy, whoop de doo, because like you haven't made it to WWE yet. And I get it. A lot of people dream is to be in WWE. A lot of people's favorite wrestlers of all time wrestled in WWE at least once or twice.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But these motherfuckers wasn't just on TV y'all whole fucking life. They was somewhere else. They were in the fucking independent
Right.
scene. Yo, Seth
Yep,
Rollins
absolutely.
was a whole other motherfucker. He was not Seth Rollins his entire career and just came to
He was
WWE.
Tyler Black before he was Seth Rollins.
Dean Ambrose was not Dean Ambrose
He
when
was John Moxley.
Yeah.
Cassius Ono. Cody Rhodes even went out to the independent scene for a little bit and everything and came back. He wasn't just basically just sitting at home until it was time to come back. He was in the independent scene working his
Um,
ass off and being
yeah,
part
that's
of the
just it
independent
though.
area.
But see, that's all people see when they get to that level. They just see like, oh, that's
And
him.
I
He's
was gonna
been
say, and
there.
that's
He's
like
he's
the
been there,
thing
right?
is, like what Duce said, like people don't care to do their backtracking like that. Like I said, I stopped watching from wrestling from like 2016 to 2022. But one thing I've made it a mission to do was I know I missed a lot. Let me try to just watch as much stuff as I can about that time, or catch as many recaps to understand what happened, why, how crazy the how much the industry has changed and how much the business has changed since I've stopped wrestling. Because when I was watching, that really was all it was. TNA didn't have a TV deal at the time. AEW didn't exist. I was unaware of New Japan and anything that was happening overseas because the way that WWE markets it, and this is how they should, just from a business standpoint, they want you to be tunnel vision on only their product. You don't need to watch another product. This is all the wrestling you need. But when you start exploring your outside options, like I said, one of my favorite wrestling promotions is Stardom. Like I love Japanese Joshi wrestling. Like that shit is amazing to watch. Like I keep finding just different matches
Yes.
from the current era and just the old era that I'm just like, man, this is really fucking entertaining. But I never would have known about this until I got back into wrestling. Until I started exploring outside ventures. Like, okay, where did this wrestler come from? Where did Io come from? Because she wasn't always Io Sky. She was Io Shirai to start off with. Where did Oscar come
Right? Like,
from?
you know what I
Like
mean? They had to come from somewhere,
exactly.
Yeah.
Like there's a reason
right?
WWE wants this person and wanted this person for their roster.
Exactly.
And
So
and especially sometimes, and even in the local scene, I've talked to people who love the indie scene around here, and some of them don't even watch WWE. They just love the indie scene,
Yeah.
it's
right?
people out there
So,
that care about that type of stuff. Vaughn, you
yep,
got something you
yep.
want to add on to that real quick?
I I mean, like when people do that, I say, look, go back in the day. People, when it was WWFE, whatever, when it was the long name, they used to steal other wrestlers from different promotions and territories. What that tell you?
Well, exactly. And again, just people just see that stardom right there in WWE. But there's no there's no glory with no story,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
This is what I'm getting at for it. It's like
So,
you slander the independent scene, but it's five reasons why the independent scene is the only reason why WWE and a lot of other companies are in business. If y'all can't understand it, these are the five. One, new faces. You're not going to see Cody Rhodes. You're not going to see Seth Rollins. You're not going to see Roman Reigns. You're not going to see Brock Lesnar. You're not going to see who's another person that people care about right now.
Drew
That's old as
McIntyre.
hell. Drew
Like you're not gonna see
McIntyre.
these big stars at an independent show that's happening in your town. You're gonna see the guy that's probably working a 9 to 5 that's doing this on the side because this is his dream. This is what he loves. He don't give a fuck about, well, I'm wrestling in front of this amount of people. No, and like that's one thing I told you I hate about the IWC online is they will straight up shit on another company for not moving as many tickets as the WWE. But it's like you have to look at WWE as this is a superpower. This is like a super corporation compared to all these other companies. Of course, they're never going to move numbers like WWE. WWE's been around for 40 years.
Exactly.
it's like
Nobody is
comparing apples to oranges for that, though, man.
Exactly. And
exactly.
that's why I never understand
Right?
about it because it's like, okay, but here's the thing. If you watch these indie shows, their crowds are honestly more invested than what you see at the WWE crowds.
But here's the thing, that shit because it's more compact, which is number two. Less capacity and everything. You not gonna who you gonna be more nervous around? You think you gonna be nervous around and in and I'm gonna say it like this first, just like this. So just stick with me for a second. Being more
Mm.
comfortable wrestling around a room of maybe 60 to maybe 90 people or being in an arena filled with 28,000 people. You're going to feel more nervous around 28,000 people than you're going to feel with the 60 to 90 people that's in that arena. So, therefore, you build your confidence in certain areas and everything. Because even if it's 90 to 60 people, that's still people who showed up to invest into what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You spending $60 going on, you spending around 60 to $70 on popcorn alone going to these wrestling events that WWE doing.
Mm.
At a
Yep.
wrestling show, I can spend what, $12 to get a ticket, $6 to get popcorn, eat, have a good wrestling moment. And it's not from WWE. I can just sit down and have a good matchup, not knowing any of these guys, but I can end up fucking with this enough to where now I can watch this. I can go get a ticket anytime I want to because it's right there in front of me. Or I can look it up
Listen, some of the
online.
people, listen, they say they love it and they say it's cheap entertainment,
But at the same
right?
time, You need a little cheap entertainment. When it comes to
Yep.
it, another thing, funny moments. You get either some funny moments or you get some real authentic wrestling.
Yep. Yep.
Mhm.
Like what's I forgot, I don't know who this goddamn crazy ass dude is, but it's this white guy who legit out of his mind. I think he called him Crazy Mike. 'Cause I'm gonna post this goddamn video inside of this damn podcast episode. So y'all niggas gonna have to wait. I'm gonna send it to y'all in the chat. But
Mhm.
it's so much funny things that happen in wrestling that like some guys really can capitalize off of because social media is a motherfucker. If you can show you can interact and have fun with the fans, you gonna get some type of attention. Javon
Mm-hmm.
Evans, that boy bouncy and all this other shit, that shit did not just he did not just come up with this shit. I don't know if some guys back there was just like, oh, this that boy bouncy shit and everything. He caught up with that real quick. No, he been saying that. Chris advocate for that himself.
He was doing that shit
Mm-hmm.
back in his indie days,
Like the boy,
like DPW type shit.
my
Yeah,
boy was fully on that the entire time. It wouldn't just know, oh, he
it
built
just took a
confidence
while to
since he
catch
here.
on. Yeah.
Like you got no choice but to respect it. But he came from the independent scene and he had that craft to where he could be funny and he can show that against multiple different crowds.
Hmm.
I can do it here. I can do it over there. I can do it overseas, probably. I can go have fun in London. I can show y'all I'm the best thing on the planet right now, and I'm only young. I'm only the youngest person on this roster that's finna show y'all that I can be a world champion in less time than anybody here. Seth Rollins was
Mhm.
how old when he won his first world title?
He was like definitely late 20s,
Roman Reigns was damn near 30.
if not in
Mm-hmm.
his
Yeah.
30s. I think actually, I think he was in his 30s when he
Mick
won that.
Foley was fucking 40 some when he won his world title. It felt like maybe he was
Yep.
like 38, 39. Like he was somewhere touching that shit when it came to winning his first world title. Same with Stone Cold. Same. It's only a few short list of men that can say that they won the world title at a young age. Randy Orton,
Mm-hmm.
Brock Lesnar. Shit. Well, I feel like Shawn Michaels was young, but he also probably was old as hell too.
I think Sean was like late 20s in his 30s probably.
So it's not a very high
It's
list of
not a crazy
wrestlers.
long list. No.
No.
So
No.
therefore, now you got the opportunity to put a young motherfucker on that list. You might as well do it. I'm not saying give him gold just as soon as you can, but see exactly how you're gonna work around this roster. Because again, I always say this, Bray. You can account for that. 7 years is what we got for any wrestler over the age of 35. Unless you just miraculously just stay healthy after 35 and everything like that, being on the main show, and I don't mean just being older and wrestling, because you can be
Mm-hmm.
older and wrestle, but working on a WWE schedule while being 35, you gotta always condition, you gotta always do some live events, you gotta do media, you gotta do everything around that brand. And still, when the lights are the brightest, you still have to show up and put in
Yep.
100%. So you tearing your goddamn body up trying to stay relevant to
Absolutely.
the fans and the crowd and dedication and everything. 42 to 43, your body is probably gonna tell you sit the fuck down.
Hey, adding on to what you were saying, Jesse, a lot of times, a lot of wrestlers peak runs be in their mid, early to mid 30s though. So
It's true. Yeah, it's true.
True.
a lot of them get that big push. With like LA Knight, he was damn near 40 when he got his big push in WWE. So it don't
But
even matter at this point. Yeah. So
exactly. And even then, he came from somewhere too. He came from the independents as well. And then went to WWE. And then kept like what did he go back to do? He went and did TNA.
Yep. And then
mm,
came back to WWE.
Exactly. So therefore he came from somewhere and left and came back and did something else. He wasn't just at home. These independent
oh,
shows and everything else can show you a new face that then once you change the channel, you could be like, oh shit, I just saw him in the independents like 6 months ago. Now he wrestling on WWE TV. Oh, that's what's up.
Oh, geez, and sometimes the ones that are retired, some of these independent shows will bring them in. Do you know what I mean?
mhm.
Yeah.
Like
Another
they're talking about back in August. I was in a War Games match with the Headbangers. You guys remember them?
Oh
Hell,
yeah.
shit, damn.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
I remember
like
that. They did have that. They
you know,
did have that
like
advertised.
right. So yeah, like, did you hear their podcast about that?
No, I didn't actually.
Nah, I
We
gotta
definitely have to
skin
check
on
Oh,
that
that.
out.
okay, yeah. No,
Probably can review that
it was
episode. That'd
cool.
be cool.
Yeah, nah, we can
It
do
was
that.
cool to be around them, and it was awesome, mind you. Part of that War Games match, I was supposed to go through a table,
Hmm.
but the table didn't break.
Oh no.
Damn.
But still a fun time, a great time. I mean, just to be in there with those guys, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean that's
Right?
crazy.
Yeah, nah, that's love for sure. And
Yeah.
then I just got a few more seconds of this, and then I promise we're gonna skip on. But if we being realistic with all of this, what's the point of trying to diss independent wrestling now when there's a chance that somebody that your kids could like in the future, or you could like in the future, when you don't see CM Punk, when you don't see Drew, when you don't see Randy, when you don't see all of these other guys, because by then the time is already up.
No,
You
it's just
need, if you gonna like wrestling, you got to have a star after these guys leave. So you got to build up a Trick Williams. You got to
and
build
he
up
had to come from
somebody.
somewhere, right?
Hmm.
Exactly. But you can also build up somebody that's on their way as well by going
Yep.
to an independent show. You can
Yep.
build up one of these guys. Kyle Fletcher wasn't just on AEW TV. He didn't just fly. He ain't fly out the sky and just basically was like, "Oh, Will Ospreay, me, Kyle Fletcher, y'all fight."
Well,
No,
you know
they
what?
had chemistry. They
And
met somewhere. They
and I
wrestled
think some
somewhere.
people and I think some people just think that these guys just pop up and there they are, right?
No,
Yeah.
genuinely, like it's like Stephanie Vicaire. That's a great example, actually, to bring her up. People don't realize that she was working crazy hard in the Indies before WWE signed her, and the reason WWE signed her was because she had a match on AEW, and they happened to pay it really close attention to fucking Forbidden Doors.
Well, then the
Because I mean,
thing
the
of it
same thing
is,
just happened with Persephone, who re-signed with CMLL. Apparently, WWE was highly interested in signing her, but apparently
well,
she does not fuck with them.
the thing is too with these indie shows, no matter where they ever wherever they're at, or you know what I mean, you just don't know who's going to be there,
Hmm.
Exactly. You don't know. You
right?
might find that wrestler where you're like, oh my God, I really like his wrestling style. You
Yeah.
never know that because you're too busy being judgmental because it's, oh, they're not on TV or they're not playing in front of big crowds. They're working in gym halls and shit. And it's like, dude, just enjoy the fact that this person's doing something they're enjoying and trying to entertain you. And I've brought that up on the pod multiple times. I feel like with just the internet and just how big wrestling has gotten in the last few years, a lot of people feel like it's WWE or you ain't shit.
Mm-hmm.
And
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
that should never how it should be.
And even then, to go ahead, because I'm
Because
gonna end off
he,
with that.
Because even then, going back to what I'm saying, with the people like you would say with WWE, when Vince McMahon Sr. was running it, where you think most of those wrestlers come from? Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes. Some of them cats came from South Wrestling. You had the Midwest Wrestling. And a
NWA,
lot of
like
people
they
in the
did not start in
AWA,
Yeah.
WWE.
yeah, yeah. So it's like you got a lot of people. Even then, a lot of people was still pissed at WWE for taking their wrestlers from their territory to put on a show. So I don't
Yeah.
get why people want to shit on the indie because, like I said, you got to start somewhere. And most of the stars we love, even legends, came from indie wrestling. Hell, Ring of Honor is indie wrestling, but a lot of legends came from there. Daniel Bryan,
Yeah.
CM Punk,
Yeah.
Kevin
Man,
Owens.
you gotta crawl before you walk, man.
Yeah, I
Exactly.
mean, it's just
Yeah.
what it
You're not gonna
is.
start wrestling, and WWE's not gonna just come knocking at your fucking door with the contract. Like that's not
Yeah.
how the
Yeah.
world works.
Mhm. That,
I mean,
and
hell,
even
we
then,
saw our truth brand from.
Right.
That's my point.
even then, if you, the final point with that, even if you one of those guys that's like, oh, it's not a WWE guy there, I don't want to be there. Well, guess what? The independent scene has a bunch of guys that appeared in AEW that are still wrestling with WWE, that's
Mm-hmm.
still active somewhere else. They're still doing these shows and everything. So yeah, you can pop in and you might see a goddamn Zack Ryder randomly, and you be like, "What the
Yep.
fuck?" Yeah, you might see a
Yeah.
Frankie Kazarian battling somebody in the bar. Yeah, so what? Enjoy the wrestling moments as you got them and everything. Don't worry about, oh, why isn't this guy in WWE? Why isn't this guy in AEW? Why ain't this guy wrestling with TNA? It
It's like
does
just be
not
happy
matter.
that they're on a televised program because there's not a lot of them for wrestling.
Just go support wrestling. If you see them on a poster and you like, oh, okay, well, why is he wrestling at this place? Why is he wrestling in this dump? It's not about where you are. It's not about how you wrestle. It's about
It's
exactly what you can give to the business. Because if
Absolutely.
you could be the most talented person, but if you got a funky ass attitude in the indies, what do you think WWE is gonna do? You think they just gonna just see your footage and be like, "Oh, okay, we like him. We gonna put him on TV." No, they gonna check in with these places and see exactly how your attitude is.
What's his
They gonna
attitude like in the locker
X-Capitalize.
room?
Like they're
Right?
they're
gonna
gonna reach out to
Yeah.
people you've wrestled, people you've worked with, and be like, "Hey, how is this person?" And they come back and be like, "Oh, I didn't like him. He's not a good worker. He's a very egotistical person." They're not gonna be like, "Oh, we should probably still sign this person." Like, no, this is. It sounds like he's
Exactly.
gonna cause us
Exactly. You know what I
problems.
mean? Yeah.
so
His
if
Doesn't matter
problems.
how
He's a
talented you
cancer.
are
You know
if
what I
you don't
mean?
have
He's
the
a cancer. He's
personality.
a cancer in the locker room. His attitude sucks. Right?
Yeah,
there's
Yeah.
no point of trying to shit on wrestling when you if you are, especially if you're a professional wrestler. Let me just add this. If you're a professional wrestler with the mindset of, oh, I gotta get out, I gotta do this wrestling thing quick now so I can go into WWE, stop wrestling. Respectfully. That's not how this wrestling
because once
shit
again, they're
is.
not gonna just you're not
Stop
gonna
it right
just have
there.
one match and they're gonna come knocking at your fucking door the next morning.
Ye-
No,
No,
people have been grinding for years. Shit, what? How long was Kevin? I mean, was Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn wrestling before they even got signed for NXT?
like what, 10 years
It
on the
was like
independent
over
scene?
10 years or some shit. Like it's
Like,
it's an industry where it's very competitive. It's like the rap game. Some people take longer to
Mm-hmm.
blow than others. Some people will drop one song and they get famous. Somebody will work hard for 15 years and probably still never get a radio hit. That's just the
It's
that's
one of
how
those
that's
things, man. Just
yeah.
that's how these
Enjoy
people
the
have
fact you're doing something you love.
is.
And just
people's
enjoy the
seasons come at
fact.
different time, man.
Yeah. People and that's the thing is like and I've noticed that a lot. People don't have patience anymore. People are so
No,
impatient.
because everybody wants it. Everybody wants it right now, like right
Right now
now.
they can't grind for it, they can't work for it, they don't want to just wait for their time, and it's like you literally sometimes just you have to wait no matter how hard you work. You can be the hardest working person in the room and your time might not be called until last, but when you get your chance, that's when you should be the most happy for it. But some people can't wait for that and they quit and they give up and they move on to different things because like he said, they want it now.
Here's the thing about wanting it now. Finn Balor, his goal was probably getting the WWE. But Finn Balor waited on the independent scene and made his bread and made his money and made one of the most important factions in wrestling history outside of WWE. Before there was a AEW, before TNA was really getting views like that, Finn Balor made an entire group in Japan popular in the US without even touching this motherfucker.
He didn't have to come over here and fucking wrestle.
He didn't have to come down here and do shit. His shirts are in the US being sold, and he in Japan with a bunch of motherfuckers beating people up. When he should be the bad guy, he is the most
Yeah,
loved dude in the world. Finn Balor didn't get that when he got to WWE.
Yeah.
That's the reason why he was signed.
Yeah.
He earned his motherfucking stripes and he got there. If you think that you just gonna walk in and you gonna get any moment just because you act because you think you that guy, stop wrestling. I get it. It's a dream, it's a devotion, it's a dedication, it's something that you want to put into your mind that you are gonna do that. You can manifest that without being an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
So if you think that all of this is just gonna be given to you because you got cool gear, you got some cool music, and you think you can be a jerk to the crowd, I'm gonna let you know now. In the next 5, 6 years, when you in the indies and you wondering when WWE gonna notice you, I want you to think to yourself, it's been 5 years. You've been an asshole all 5 years. You done been to promotion after promotion after promotion after promotion, and nobody is like, "Oh, hey, we'd love to have this person back."
But see, like
We
when I feel like when it comes to like people with that type of mentality, they aren't in it for the fact of this is something they want to do. They're in it for the money aspect. That's why they're waiting on WWE to call them. It's not, oh, I just want to wrestle. I don't care. I don't give a fuck if they're giving me $200 just to do a match every Saturday. Like that's extra money for me. That's cool and all, but I want to wrestle. No, that person sounds like, oh, I'm waiting for my big payday so that I can live like all the celebrities I see on social media, and that's why sometimes I really hate social media because it's like some of these people aren't doing these things because they truly are like they want to do that. They're just doing it for money,
exactly.
and that's the fucked up
And then,
part. And
and
like,
then
yeah, it
also too,
started.
they don't
It's
even.
yeah. Go ahead.
And then, no, and then also too, they don't even understand. Yeah, you get signed to WWE, don't mean your contract gonna be money heavy like you think too.
Don't mean you're gonna get booked the
Mm-hmm.
way
Mm-hmm.
you think you should get booked.
So that's
Hell, you might make double of what you
and
making
then you
back
can
in
get
the day.
signed and don't get used at all. You could be used
Yep.
as an extra as a security guard to break up the damn wrestlers. I mean, or you could be
Yep.
signed and be used as a referee. So I
Yeah,
don't know, man.
I mean,
I
they
All I
think
have
know
they
like
is,
have
that
like
man,
man
so many
said.
people.
it's
just through the process, stay humble, be
that's all
good,
I'm saying.
have good character, and just be respectful,
That's that's
right?
all I'm just trying
Like,
to say.
Now
S-
I get what you were going.
Stop
like I
shitting on
get if
your
if
indies.
your character is this guy and he's this type of way,
No, go ahead.
just stay humble, man.
You're not for
Oh,
sure.
just saying, like if your character is this type of way and your character is that type of way, but once you leave that ring and get back in that locker room area, check yourself,
I feel like that's what a lot of people have is that issue of
right?
trying to separate the character from their actual personality because that some people just do it for so long that they kind of just blend into one, kind of like what actors do when like they're trying to really get into a role where like they'll really do a lot
Yeah,
of things to help, and they have to go to like therapy for months because they have to get back to who they naturally are, and I feel like that's sometimes what we see happen with wrestlers who are like that, like they forget that you're playing a character.
yeah.
That's not your real name. That's not who you really are. When you step in that locker room after you then had a match, there should be a switch that flips.
Immediately.
But
There
some
should
people
be.
don't.
It definitely is. I mean, it's no, they don't. I mean, and then to be honest, like, and that's where, like, yeah, my character is arrogant. I'm cocky. I'm a dick, and I like to be bully, and you know what I mean. But like, once it's over, man.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly. All I'm
You
saying
know,
is,
like I was at so out in my community here, like as you know, like there's a lot of people I went to school with, and this and that, and everyone knows me, but now they know what I do. And like, you know what I mean? I went to this party a couple days after Christmas, and a lot of people there I went to school with, and they're just like going on about, oh, it's awesome, you this, this. And I said, okay, hold up, guys. I appreciate the support. And I, you know what I mean? I'm grateful for it. But tonight, man, like just can we not talk about it? I'm here as Tony, the guy you know from school. Do you know what I
mhm.
mean?
Nah, I agree with you. Sometimes you definitely got to learn how to
Right?
be
You know,
No, I
like
yourself
agree.
off of that
there's a
camera
time
or
and
off
place
them
for it,
race
man.
sides. Nah, I agree with that for
Right?
sure. And then before we get up out of here and everything, I asked you to describe 2025 in 3 words. I want you to describe 2026 in 3 words. You hear me?
Mhm.
Oh, I said since I had you describe 2025 in 3 words.
Confidence,
Yep.
aggression,
Hmm.
Mm.
and grateful.
Okay, okay. Oh, damn, we must have lagged off a little bit. That's probably why I couldn't hear you. But,
Or I should say more confidence, right?
right.
You already got the confidence. I mean, you doing it.
Yeah, nah. You got it already. It's just being more unlocked.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. And growth, man. Growth, honestly, you know?
Yeah.
Nah, for sure. I can respect that. Vaughn, you got anything you need to add?
I would say, do you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
It's kind of, yeah, it's a little lacking, but
I said for the company, I would have said belt to ass. For anybody in my way, it's belt to ass.
Nah, I got you. He can use that
yeah.
too for sure. I mean, hey,
I mean,
having
Yeah.
he just already gave off that energy, though. I mean,
yeah, nah, it's definitely payback season for everybody that's in his way. Now, before we get up out of here and everything, Bray, is there anything else you want to ask as well as Vaughn?
no, I think we covered about everything, and obviously love having Deuce on here. Great conversations as usual. Amazing, doing your thing. Definitely gonna
Man,
check out that.
it's always a pleasure, guys,
I'm
man.
saying
Listen,
I'm really excited for that match with Rudy next week, so I'm definitely gonna be keeping an eye on social media for that one.
Yeah,
Definitely
nah,
tapping in for
definitely.
that.
Definitely got to catch the highlights of the match if they streaming it for sure.
yeah, it'll definitely be on YouTube at some time after it's done, right? So
Hmm. Oh yeah,
if you
nah, we
just go
definitely have
on
to check
like
that
Yeah,
out.
the
for sure.
new,
Gonna have to check that out.
yeah, if you go on the new Scott channel, you'll see it on there eventually.
Okay,
Bet
bet.
it up.
Definitely gonna have to check that out. Vaughn,
Yeah,
anything you
yeah.
want to add?
Not at all, man. I enjoyed the episode. Good conversation, good vibes. You put me in so much insight about the business. Hey, man, I don't got nothing else to say, man. I enjoyed it.
Well,
Man, listen,
ladies,
it's always it's always a pleasure talking with you guys, man. It's like, anytime the invite's there, I'm there. So, I mean, it's I was excited when you wanted to bring me back again, and like I said, I'm very grateful to be a part of it, man.
man, it's all love, man. As one more time, I just want to say thank you to our boy Anthony Duce Harlem popping up on the podcast with us, just having a good, deep discussion about wrestling and everything. Ladies and gentlemen, though, for one more time before we get up out of here, as y'all know, I'm Jay the Kid. That's Broke Boy Bray. We got my boy joining the chat, my boy Von the Don, and our special guest today, Anthony Duce Harlem. This has
That's love,
been
baby.
another episode of Four Roads Full Podcast. And before we get up out of here, Bray, go ahead and let them know.
Just wanted to say thank you for wrestling, and we out.
Peace.
Peace.